On Burano Island in the lagoon of Venice, famed for the splendor of its past, the Lace Museum is open once more, following lengthy restoration. Vaporetti motor launches from Venice cover the distance to Burano in a little more than a half hour. The museum's home is in the historic Palazzetto del Podestà in Piazza Galuppi. The renown of the needlework, without equal here, led to the establishment of a school of lace in 1872 by Countess Andriana Marcello. The Merletto Museum is recent, though it traces its roots back to the lace-making school, which lasted a century. It was always central to the history of this very singular island. Lace itself, as a tradition, is inextricably linked to the culture, to the skills of handiwork, to the ingenuity of so-called minor arts, the crafts which accompanied and highlighted Venice's artistic fortunes. This art is a historic and stylistic hallmark. This lace is inescapably associated with the taste and civilization of the serene Republic of Venice, La Serenissima. Burano lies next to Torcello Island. After centuries as a traditional fishing community with its women's success at lacework, Burano prospered in the 16th century. The Venetian city-state reflected well in the development of this skill, as so much of its outstanding architecture was elaborate already, and continued so throughout the Renaissance. By perpetuating the fame of lace, Burano became renowned worldwide, all the way into the 19th and 20th centuries. Certain features seem to have originated with Eastern Mediterranean decorative embroidery, great traders as the Venetians were, yet then became strongly characterized in the lagoon area. Remember that Venice recarved the balance of power in the Mediterranean as its financing of the Fourth Crusade brought the conquest of Constantinople in 1204, furthering Venetian imperial ambitions. Great treasures were shipped from the weakening heart of the Eastern Roman Empire to the new supreme seat of power. 12th century Veneto-Byzantine mosaics provide hints of lace patterns that were to come. Some of the shine had worn off by the time of the Industrial Revolution. The Burano Lace School was conceived by Italy's aristocracy and politicians as a means to bolster the island's flagging fortune. As the school closed in 1970, these women were part of the last graduating class. The greatest satisfaction was working with some boys and teaching the technique to them. They were French and worked as fashion designers. I remember the first day of school when my mother went with me. I cried because I didn't want to work on lace. I couldn't imagine then I was going to do it for my whole life. So much time goes into lace making.
L'unica esperienza che ho avuto tramite il nostro museo è stata di essere mandata in Turchia.
The only experience abroad I had through the Burano Museum of Lace was in Turkey. I was struck by the enthusiasm of young girls there.
Che volevano a tutti i costi imparare il nostro merletto. Purtroppo il nostro merletto per impararlo ci vogliono
Here today, that has gone.
E l'entusiasmo che ho visto là qui da noi, purtroppo le ragazzine non l'hanno più.
Once it was worn in royal courts, adorned church altars, dresses and fine furniture. The Burano Lace Museum is custodian of its finest days.